opening statement and then take questions from NOAC auditorium, then those via teleconference. Then back here to NOAC. At this time, I would like to introduce the head coach of the Black Knights, Jeff Monken.
Good afternoon, everybody. Glad to be here and be able to talk about a victory. And it's been a few weeks since we've been able to do that. Really proud of our team's effort on Saturday and in the second half particularly. The defense did a great job of slowing their offense down in the second half and getting the ball back and giving our offense a chance to control the ball, which I thought they did effectively. We didn't score as many points as we hoped to. We certainly would have liked to have made it a little more comfortable, but our guys held the ball and kept some drives alive. Particularly that last one when we had the lead there for just in that fourth quarter, and we got the ball back and we were able to run the clock all the way out to 0. That was a big drive for us. So I thought we played better in the second half. Still displeased with some of the things we did. We made some mistakes in the first half. Certainly turning the ball over hurts us. We gave up a big play for a touchdown. For their first touchdown, we were out of position. And then that drive before halftime that they had, they did a great job executing and converted a big fourth down play, which was disappointing to give that up. But I was, again, as I said, proud of our team for just having their backs to the wall, coming from behind at halftime, which is something we hadn't been able to do, and to find a way to get a win. So proud of those guys, and it's a really good springboard going into this week, which is a tough Rice team. They've won a bunch of games at home here in the last few years under Coach Bailiff. He just does a terrific job. He was an outstanding coach at Texas State before going to Rice, and has really got that program in a great position to be a contender for their conference championship and to be a bowl team each year. And he's done all of those things. So we know it's going to be a challenge for us. They've got some outstanding players. And I think having the confidence to just find a way to win a football game helps us going into this week.
Go ahead, Jim.
Joe from WKDT. Coach, Bradshaw's situation?
He should be ready to go. You just don't know how much he's going to be able to practice this week. We're holding him out of practice today. I hope it'll improve as the week goes along. It's not an injury that our trainers feel like is something that's going to hold him out for the whole year. They may hold him out this week, but we won't know until we get farther into the week.
Did your trainers give you a title to stick to it? Shoulder strain, shoulder dislocation?
It's a shoulder, and I just shouldn't leave it at that.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so AJ's the starter. Does everyone else step up as far as quarterbacks go?
At this point, yes. And whether it would be Matt Kaufman or Chris Carter right now, we're not sure about that. And we'll kind of evaluate as we go through. And it may be if we have to go into the game, or we go into the game and AJ were to get hurt and Ahmad is not available, we'd likely make a decision on the spot on how the game's going and the things that maybe Rice is doing to us defensively on who the right guy is to put in the game.
Okay. Army, a lot of Texans in Army, a lot of Texans on your team. Looking forward to going down there?
I think our kids are really looking forward to it, particularly kids from Texas, and we've got several from the Houston area. And I think those kids are really excited about being home. And I'd much rather play here and play at home. But it's great for our kids to be able to go there and play in front of their families and high school coaches and some friends. And again, that's one of the things about playing here, that we do get to play a lot of teams from all across the country and travel to different places. And I think that appeals to the kids on our team and when we're recruiting in those particular areas.
Coach, when you see the way AJ played in the second half, does that give you more confidence in him running the offense, maybe for a game and stuff?
Sure, I thought he did a much better job in the second half, and he got in there. The 2 interception, he forced the balls in there. He doesn't have to do that, and he's trying to make a play. And as I said on Saturday in here, it's okay to punt. If it's third down, just throw it away, and we'll go punt. And if it's first down, throw it away, and it's 2nd and 10. We'll take our chances. But to toss the ball up and not really have a guy open or throw it in a place where only your guy can get it, and it's not a great decision. And he knows that. He's played enough football to know that. And I thought he settled down, did a much better job in the second half. Threw a couple really good passes to Edgar, and that last one, Edgar did a great job going to get it over the top of the kid. So I think it'll help his confidence and maybe settle him down a little bit, knowing he doesn't have to make those throws to prove himself. He's played enough football, and we're confident enough in him that he's able to do his job and come over and get criticized, know it's coming, and move on to the next series.
How much has Rice's defense changed with Covington moving on to the NFL?
I don't know that they've changed philosophy of defense. I think they're still the same defense. He's a really great player, and they'll acknowledge that too. But they've got other guys that have played a lot of football for them. They've got a couple of defensive linemen have over a couple of years to start. They started all their games last year and all their games this year, and so they've got some experienced guys. They've got a couple guys in the secondary with experience. So it's not going to be the first go around for a bunch of these guys playing us, and they did a great job defending us. So I think what they did, they had a good plan, and I'm sure they'll probably try to execute it and tweaks and changes as everybody does, and just kind of hone in on their plan.
All right, we will now take questions from those joining us via teleconference. Please state your name and organization and ask your question of Coach.
Good afternoon, Coach. You guys are heading in now to the second half of the season where there's not been a bye week on the schedule, and conversely, Life is coming off a bye week this weekend. Can you provide an overall assessment of where the team is both physically and mentally at this stage of the season? And is there anything specific that you do with the team to keep them fresh both physically and mentally as you look ahead to the second portion of the football season?
The bye weeks are, they're difficult to really figure out where the best place is to have one, and I think it's great to get a rest and get a weekend where you don't play. It helps the guys physically, but then there's also the argument, as is the case with this week, we got a victory, and sometimes that helps get your team charged up and propels you into the next week. So there's some advantages there. I think our team's in good physical condition. We're not experiencing a lot of guys that are sore. Their bodies feeling fatigued from the season. The guys we have out they flat have injuries. With Ahmad and his shoulder, Gilbert and Villegas both with their ankles from early in the year. Villegas did his in a UConn game, so he's been out for some time. Bailey Wolf was out this past week, and he'll be practicing today, so we're expecting him to be back. Toth has been hampered a little bit with a nagging injury, but not related to fatigue and not related to, I think, a long season and the guys getting beat down. And that's been positive. We have modified the way we practice just in terms of the days that we're out there. Instead of being out on Mondays, we've been going out on Sundays and taking Monday off. And I think that's helping our guys recover. We've changed a little bit the amount of time we're on the field on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. So we're Tuesday and Wednesday we were out there for a long time, and Thursday a very short time. We've kind of modified and changed that a little bit to try to help our guys recover throughout the week and recover from a tough Tuesday practice, because we're still out there a pretty good length of time on Tuesday, which we will be this afternoon. But I think all of those things have kind of contributed to our ability to stay healthy, and I think we're a more durable team, and just having these guys gain the strength that they have over the summer, and we we don't have as many guys that have played a lot of games. And I think sometimes when you have a veteran team, those guys get beat up over the course of several seasons and sometimes aren't as durable in their latter years as juniors and seniors as they were playing as young guys. So we'll probably have a better idea. The longer we're here, we can kind of assess each guy individually. But I think all those things are kind of contributing to us being a little bit healthier and a little more fresh than we were probably at this time a year ago.
Okay. And my follow-up question is regarding the Rice offense. Their quarterback, Griffiths Jackson, hasn't been terrible, but he hasn't been great either. But their rushing attack has been successful as they're averaging roughly about 200 yards per game. But it's really been kind of running back by committee approach. Does this make it more difficult to prepare for them defensively or anything defensively where there isn't a specific number one or number two guy to key on?
They do a good job with all their skill players, and probably a little bit like us. We've got several guys that have played the B-back position and several guys that slot back, but we've got a philosophy, and I don't know that really changes with the individuals we have in the game, and I think they're likely very much the same. I don't know that they have a different philosophy when they've got different backs in the game. All three of those guys have gained over 100 yards in a game. They've got a couple of receivers that have several starts that are back, a tight end who's started a bunch of football games for them, and they do a really good job of running the ball effectively. And they've got a lot of run-throw options in their offense. So a lot of quick passes and little screen passes out on the perimeter, which may look like a pass play, but a lot of those are run-pass options. So a lot of option-based stuff in their offense, and they do a really good job with it. They're a well-coached football team, and you just see the progress they've made in the time that Coach Baylor's been there. I think that he's in his 8th season there, and they are just a so much different football team than they were 8 years ago when he got there, and they improve each year, and they're very effective at what they do on offense. And there's some challenges there that are completely different from other teams we faced this year. I don't know if I'd say they're similar or the same, where we could just pull out a game plan from one of our games earlier this year and apply it to the Rice game. There's some unique things that we got to get prepared for.
Thank you.
Any other questions via teleconference? All right, we'll come back to NOAC. Rich?
Hey, Coach. Rich DeMarco, Army Radio. Just after the win, where would you, I know it's just a week past the midway point of the season, but as a whole, how do you feel about your team right now?
Oh, I like our team. I think they're a tough group of guys. They compete. I think Saturday's a great example. We went at halftime. We were all extremely disappointed with the way we were playing. We had played poorly on special teams. We had played poorly on offense, turned the ball over in both of those phases. Gave up a big play after a turnover, just fitting it the wrong way when they threw that pass out there to the flat. Gave up a long drive just before halftime. Really just very disappointed in the way we were playing. And I challenged them, and they challenged each other, and I think had a determination to go out there and win the game, and did that. And I think they've had that determination all year. It was just a good job of executing in the second half that gave us a chance to make some plays and come out with the victory. And I can't say enough about our defense. I thought they just had a great second half. I think there was less than 20 yards rushing in the second half for Bucknell, and less than 100 yards total offense in the second half for Bucknell. So I thought that was a great job on their part and by our kids and our coaches to get them going and make some very subtle adjustments. We didn't do a bunch of things differently. I think we just did them better. So I was proud of our team, and I'm proud to be the coach of this team. These guys are great guys. They're playing hard for each other. There's a great commitment and loyalty to each other.